everyone, welcome. It's Day. Oyabunmi. I hope you are well today. So, we are going to do the 2021 tarot check-in. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a little nervous because last year's check-in scared the hell out of me. It talked a lot about death. I was getting that there was going to be some type of event that was going to really shake us up and help us to appreciate life, but I did see death a lot last year. So I'm hoping what I get this year is a little lighter, but I doubt it. You know, even intuitively, I feel like this year is going to be a bit of a continuation of some of the shakeups we saw. Um, so I'm prepared for it, but yeah, I just want to let you guys know. That's what we're getting into today. So if you're interested in your own personal tarot reading, please check the description box below. The 2021 readings are available on my website. You can also get a general reading if you prefer, where you present topics or questions. EFI readings are also available through 2 so you have a choice. Yeah. And I suggest that you sign up for my email updates because I got a lot of stuff that's coming down the pipeline. So yeah, just sign up, check the description box. There's always some goodies in there, and let's get started on this reading. So I've already called on my own higher self and, benevolent high beings that want to come through and help me channel accurate messages for the year to come. I asked that we receive messages in terms of the major themes for the year. So it's not like based on, a specific time period or anything like that, but like major themes and then advice, okay? So let's get into it. So of course, the first theme, one of the cards we have is the devil. So there are a couple of things coming up for me. I see people going into a depression. There are some people who are going to struggle so much with depression, with addictions, and this like feeling of bondage. So, a lot of us feel that sense of bondage because of what's going on in the world, right? And feeling limited and restricted. But there's also going to be a manifestation of that in individuals and personal lives, right? In our individual personal lives. So we have to be careful. And I say that because in both of these cards, we have chains represented. Sorry for the light. But there's chains here, and there's a chain on her hand as well. Be careful of drinking too much. Be careful of alcohol poisoning. Depression is, I see, going to be really big. This may be a result of finances, people not having enough money, feeling very unsettled because of the lack of stability where finances are concerned. It's funny because I get that. I feel like there's some being, right? And this can be a human. It can be spirit and human, but there's something like toying with us at this time. There's definitely, I see as part of this theme, that there's a diabolical energy that's behind some of the things that we'll see take place. And that part of that is there's this actual like desire for the people to have emotional instability, right? And to go into what we see back here. This lady like, sitting at the table drinking. Be very careful of allowing anything to drag you down emotionally, because it really, will create a bondage within. I'm seeing puppets, like being like a puppeteer and being, puppets on a string. Like, us here in society, we have the people in power, right? Those could be people we know or we don't know. We have the people that appear to be in power. And then we have us. And a great deal of the population, I feel like, is puppets on a string. Like we're just here for some diabolical entity's entertainment. And when I say that, I'm not speaking specifically of something, up in the sky. This could be a person, but as above, so below, right? Like it could be both. So that's the first theme. I clearly don't like this. We may have some information come out or someone who feels guilty and as a result share some information because they just can't stand something that's being done. And they're tired of being kept in bondage, right? Being kept and told what not to do. So it's funny because we have a representation of the devil and the angel here. So there's definitely a battle between good and evil. If you take a O out the good, that's God. And if you add a D to evil, that's devil, right? So it's a versus going on. God versus the devil, good versus evil. And that's the quintessential, I feel like, meaning of life, really. One of them. It's kind of like this dance between the good and the evil of life. Okay, let's look at the second theme. This one looks much better. So do know that there is some good coming this year where we have felt burdened and weighed down and just overwhelmed. There is refreshment coming in. I feel like there is some type of spiritual reprieve. Like there's something where there are deities that are like, okay, these people need our help. So we are recovering from the hard times. Is financial aid coming in, financial sustenance and ability. I still don't like the way it looks though. So we're moving from this burden, right? This burdensome time, heaviness, being overwhelmed to a new refreshing energy. And I say it's spiritual because of the hand coming out of the sky. It's a time of recovery. Sorry for the light. So it's a time of recovery. Again, a spiritual being is providing the key to recovery. We have some financial assistance coming in, and I know a lot of us need that. I could use some financial assistance. Our government too busy fighting back and forth to give a damn about what I or anybody else needs because they're clearly too busy arguing, right, over what they believe is right. And what I like is that we go from the devil, right, with the devil holding the two in bondage, to the lovers, right? And there's no bondage here. There's freedom. And this is a representation of the Garden of Eden, right? And humanity having freedom. So there's like this movement into we're going to have like a refreshing period where we're going to be happier about the way that some of the things are going, right? Like we're going to be like, oh, finally, there's a reprieve, there's a break from that. There's something about the feminine energy in the coming year. This could represent, fertility and abundance for, just the collective, which is always good. But also, I'm seeing it as an energy, a powerful feminine energy that could come in and really help to orchestrate some of these changes. This could be the collective feminine. So there's a possibility that women could be very important in moving things forward and supporting this shift and this feeling of recovery. Women, I think it's very important that you use your ashe, you use your spiritual power to usher in this change. Make sure to pray for recovery, right? For things to even out, for good to prevail, for the good energies and the good deities to overcome any evil, any obstacles that we may see here on the planet. Sometimes we don't realize the power that's just in our voice. So call forth good, right? Because something good is coming. And that doesn't mean, the year is going to be perfect. But there is energy here that can usher in some really good times. It's another theme. So I have isolation here and the Four of Cups. Isolation, Four of Cups. I see people being being in the house, being alone, being separated from friends. But I do see that being the case. And there's this feeling where people are just getting so over, again, this feeling, this sense of being overwhelmed, right? And tired and not willing to accept what is being essentially pushed on us anymore. Yeah, the people are not into it. People are just not into it. There's someone or, some group that is doing something in a very sneaky and underhanded way. And is very smug about it. Like this person, group thinks that they're going to get away with what they're doing. But what they don't realize is that there's a new day, a new way of doing things that's coming in. Like some type of youthful energy is coming in that's going to bring victory and an ability to overcome what's being done underhandedly. There is so much spiritual energy here, guys. And as I say that, I see this. The Miracle card. There is so much spiritual energy that is available to us this year. Where we felt alone and defeated and maybe even some of us may have felt abandoned by the deities, right? By divinity. We haven't been abandoned. But what I think is going to spark this miracle and this change is people tapping into the internal will. Right? So we're praying, but we're also putting forth our own efforts. Right? We're calling on deities and divinities to help us and save us, but we're also doing things purposefully, taking action and using our will to create the things that we want. Let me see if there's anything else. Um, there's this, for some reason, and I think we saw it in 2020. There are things that people are trying to force and push on us. And I think we've gotten to a point where we're so used to people making decisions for us that we've given up our right to say, you know what, that's not going to work for me. But I see that changing this year, and people are going to start being like, you know what? Oh, that's your idea. That's what you think we should do. Well, no. We're not going to do that. Thanks for the suggestion, but no. And the good thing is there's victory, right? I love that victory comes up alongside of this. So whoever or whatever is trying to get away with something and do something diabolical and harm people and overlook people, right? And keep people down and oppress, whatever it is, I feel like there is victory on the side of the people. And it's going to come by way of a miracle, maybe even divine intervention, but it won't happen without us using our will. Okay? What I am happy about is that the death card is not here. So, let me tell you, that makes me very happy. Advice. Ooh. Huh. Okay. Huh. All right, guys. So this is not going to be an easy year. We still got some shit to go through. We have the card A Fiery Climax Approaches. All right, and that's the full moon in Aries. A fiery climax approaches. The energy is gaining momentum. So, something has shifted, probably astrologically, where we're moving to a time where we would like to say, you know, oh, this COVID stuff is over and the vaccine is here and everything's going to be perfect and great. But there's a fiery, passionate energy, an energy of social justice, of balance, of overcoming oppression that's in the air. And just like we saw the Black Lives Matters protests, I feel like we may see something where people are getting up and gathering and going out and fighting for their rights. And it might not even be about that. Now it could be about something else. But there's definitely a fire and an energy of momentum around that is going to that's going to take us into a new paradigm, a shift. There's abundance coming in this year, and that's I know for some of us that might be a little difficult to believe, because it's like some people are struggling, you know, and like I said, there's no stimulus that we can see, and the one they're talking about is measly. So I don't know. But I did see that as one of the themes with the Empress, you know, the Ace of Cups, the Six of Coins together, even the Miracle card. It says abundance, enjoy the bounty of life. Your supply is unlimited. Blessings are coming to you. So wherever you are feeling like you are, you know, going to fail or you're not going to see the good in life, that's not true. They want you to be optimistic this year, and not like in a phony way, you know, but just really putting out the energy of good to draw that back in, putting out the energy of faith, right, of belief in goodness, because the energy is here to bring it. Okay, the energy is ripe this year. And then these two are very interesting. So I have contemplation and the vision card, which is a message card. I created. Vision is focus on what you desire, not what's missing. The clearer the picture, the closer it is to becoming reality. Manifestation is going to be big this year. Use your power of focus to develop not just to develop and hold a vision of the future. And that's not just individually. We do that a lot, right? But collectively. What do you want your society, your cultures to look like? Do you want a culture where, things are being, forced on you regularly without you having a true say? If that's not something you want, then you need to hold a vision of a better way of doing things. So take time out and create a vision. That's going to be very important. Check the description box because I am doing a New Year, a virtual visioning party where myself and participants are going to get together and develop a vision for our lives for the coming year. This is making me think that we need to also develop a bit of a collective vision for the planet. And what I love about this contemplation card is this, she's not surrounded by money and jewels and nice things. She's surrounded by earth, aspects of the earth, land and fresh water and mountains and, animals and beauty, the beauty of the earth. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. I'm really excited, but I'm not going to sleep on this. Like, I'm not going to take this like, oh, everything's going to be all good because this is here and this is here, right? And we have this. So when I see cards like this, I'm like, okay, and fiery climax and energy gaining momentum, and then seeing the images in this card. Guys, guard your psyche, guard your emotions. There is a war being waged. It's probably a spiritual and a physical war because as above, so below, right? It's very important that you stay grounded, that you have faith in whatever you believe in, but mostly faith in the power of good, and know that good can overcome evil and that God can overcome the devil, even though some of what we see every day would make us question that, but the truth is we have a lot more power and will than we know, and we need to use it and utilize it, especially in 2021. Okay, guys, may the benevolent deities and divinities that look down on us, may they look down on us with compassion. May they continue to guide, protect, and shield all of you watching, myself, my family included, your families included. May we draw upon the strength of our own Oris, our own higher selves and deities to call in the good that is inherently a part of this life's experience. May we overcome any being, any malevolent, diabolical being that thinks they can oppress us continuously, because they cannot. We will be released from bondage. Ashe. Blessings, guys. Take care. Happy New Year.